What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am your boy, the Dazman, and before we get into today's texture pack review video properly, let me just give you a bit of a channel update and let you know where certain things are slotting around the entire Dazman entertainment brand, shall we say. So today's video is going to be the beginning of a brand new series, and I'll get into that shortly. But if you was expecting the marketplace reaction video, that's going to be over on Dazman Reacts from now on. So I will still be making that video. I'll still be giving my first impressions of the new texture packs and new add-ons every week. It will just be over on Dazman Reacts. The link is in the description. So if you want to go over there, subscribe to that channel. We do loads of content on that channel as well. Go check it out. Make sure you comment on that video and let me know what you think of this week's new Minecraft content. So back to today's video and this new series that we have. So, you guys know I like to have series with names, like we have Mad On Monday, where we look at add-ons every Monday. We have Throwback Thursday, where we look at older texture packs that channel subscribers always suggest. That entire series is set up by subscribers, where you guys suggest what texture packs I look at every week. They go into a list and I tick off them one by one and check them all out thanks to your suggestions. And we also have the Minecraft Marketplace Microscope video, which I've already spoken about. So I like to have names. Now this series, this one is going to be focused around channel members. Now channel members always seem to get a priority perk with their memberships. They get to tell me every month what texture pack I should review, and it bumps them up to the top of Throwback Thursday. Unfortunately, it does mean that subscriber suggestions get bumped to the bottom. So I'm actually going to separate them out. And that's where Channel Members Tuesday comes in. You get it? Tuesday. You get the joke, right? But channel members will be able to suggest add-ons and texture packs. And I'll put them into a list, and every week I'll tick them off and go through and either review or reveal them and have a look and give my opinions and let you guys see inside the packs without buying them first. So hopefully you guys like that. Let me get all of my stuff ready because I am actually a channel member on my own channel, which means I get to go first. And I chose the legendary texture pack. The texture pack that we're reviewing in today's video is the legendary texture pack by Pathway Studios, including 5 skins and 1 texture pack. This texture pack is currently rated 4.5 stars out of 5 stars from 5,463 reviews. It currently costs 990 mine tokens, which is the equivalent of £4.99 in my local currency, and it says, "Become the legend you are meant to be. With a fresh take on armor trims, you can completely redefine your look. The finest 16x textures for building medieval and fantasy themes. Complete armor overhaul with huge 3D geo additions. Expressive mob redesign. Vibrant items and detailed UI. Includes 5 skins and is 1.21 ready. By Valerie Kim and Pathway Studios. Apologies if I said your name wrong. Let's get this texture pack reviewed." So welcome back to the home of the texture pack review. I am your host, the Dazman, and we are in a brand new creative world for the legendary texture pack by Pathway Studios. If you enjoyed today's texture pack review, please do leave a like on the video, drop a comment down below with your review. I absolutely love reading you guys' review. They're more important than mine. And if you're new to the channel, please do hit the subscribe button. And if you'd like to have a priority on today's Tuesday series, then please do consider becoming a channel member as well. I'd greatly appreciate it. You don't have to, but I would appreciate it. And you'll be able to get your texture pack or your add-on put on a list and reviewed or revealed as quickly as possible. So let me jump over to the left-hand side and we'll get the GUI on the screen. And let me just quickly explain why I've chosen the legendary texture pack as my choice for this series. So legendary texture pack has always kind of kept a warm place in my heart since I last reviewed it, but I never actually owned the pack. I think I got it as part of like a Realms membership or something, but I was always quite enamored with the 3D textures, the 3D models, shall I say, of all of the mobs. And it's always kind of been like, this is a top tier texture pack in my mind. but I couldn't actually tell you any of the textures. I've completely forgotten all of the designs other than the fact that the Warden looks sick. That's genuinely all I've got. So I thought, you know what? Why not? Let's have another look. Let's re-review it. Let's see how updated it is. Let's see if it still earns the right to be in my mind, a very good texture pack. So let's start by having a look at the water. Obviously, our texture pack review format has changed a bit since I last reviewed this, so we kind of know what we're looking for. We kind of know the format a little bit better. The water texture is pretty much non-existent. It keeps the standard water color, but it is very clear water. You don't get this kind of water in London, let me tell you that. That is very clear, no animation at all. It's a nice blue though, that's quite cool. The sky, again, very simple. It's very smoothed out. Very plain. I don't remember that at all. And then if we come over here, we've got sand. No immediate texture variations here. It feels quite warm. We've got a little bit of pixely texturing going on here. Some ambient sounds on here. Oh, we've got chickens too. I'll have a look at you guys in a moment, but that goes to show this pack is updated for spring to life. We've got the grass blocks on here. Let's pop a few of these and see the dirt underneath. Okay, so they match up quite well. Very pixelated. Very, very pixelated in how this is done. Not really sure. When was this pack created? I'm not 100% sure, but it definitely feels quite old in its texture feel. I'm sure somebody in the comments will tell me what resolution it is. But it feels quite rough. Not the cleanest, not the most polished textures going on here for grass. No variation either. Got a little baby chicken here. How you doing, buddy? You okay? I like the designs of the chickens. So they got the kind of like, I want to say rooster top, the mohawk. Good colors. Do we have any mob variations? No, no mob variations from singular biomes. What if I put you on sand? No. Okay. So maybe, all right, we've got over here. What's going on over here? All right, no immediate variations there at all. So unless there are spread out around, I'm not seeing any. That's a very nice chicken, though. Very bright and vibrant colors going on for the world. The green, a bit more of a yellower green. We've got sheep here too. Hello. And this is what I like. This is where I definitely remember this. The 3D textures on here with the nose sticking out, the ears. Like, it's very actions and stuff, but very rough actions and stuff in how the facial features are given with those 3D models. Obviously, it doesn't have the animations to follow. It does feel quite a bit more pixelated than actions and stuff. But just that overall realistic face that gets given to it, the nose sticking out, I'm a big fan of that. If we shear it, okay, so we get some leftover wool on the bottom there. Let's go and check out this guy. They are color consistent, so that's very good. And that does so much for me in terms of just like immersing me in the world with the nose and the mouth sticking out. There's a cow here too. And wow, okay. Interesting. So we've got the bull horns. Now, I've been saying some of the textures are very pixelated. That is very rough. That is very rough. Almost low resolution in fill. I'm not one for resolutions. I don't know too much about them. I don't know too much about how to spot which resolution is which. We've got 3D elements. He's got like eyebrows on him. He's got the nose sticking out. It feels very rough to look at. And you know what? The further back we get, a little bit more jargled and garbled up, basically. Again, I like the 3D nature of it. I mean, he's got a backside sticking out. You got the udders underneath, but it's just something about how pixely that texture is that I don't really like. Do we have a pig around? I don't want to get too close to the village that's near because that's the next section. There's a pig. Okay, again, very pixelated on that underlayer. That underbase. Massive ears. Kind of like a Ferengi from Star Trek, if anyone gets that reference. Eyebrows on there again. The sticking out nose. The face. The face not looking like it's run into a wall. That's what stuck with me for a very long time. And I really like those effects. I don't like that underlying texture, though. That is a shame. Very pixely and low quality. I just want to say that. Maybe low quality, again, not the right word. Low resolution, it feels to me. We've got flowers around here as well. kind of fit in the theme of that pixely, mishmashy feel. Okay, let's go and have a look at the horses. Spawn a few of these guys in. I always ride the horses when I place them down. Thank you. All right, not much going on there in terms of the 3D elements. That geometric model really not there at all. I mean, we've got some ears. Quite plain. Almost feels like they've missed a trick here. The textures fit well. Again, not the smoothest, but they fit quite well for what we're looking at. Missed a trick not having much 3D elements on there, though. What about the skeleton horse? All right, I like that kind of eggshelly white. Like off-whitish. I like that. Oh, I thought the feet were broken there. Okay. The hooves. Good transparency. Again, a bit rough, though. And then lastly, we've got a zombie here as well. Little baby one. Big Donny right there. Again, very plain. I'm not impressed with the horses at all. Not impressed with the horses. Very much taken aback by the textures underneath. So immediately that gloss that I had for this pack has been a little bit lost. But again, the 3D part of this pack is awesome. The geometrical changes to the models, very awesome. Let's head over to that village behind me and let's see what villagers look like. Did you know that Dazman plays games other than Minecraft? Head over to Dazman Plays and you'll see a complete catalogue of games that we play through from start to finish in long play videos, aiming for about an hour a video, start to finish, blind, playing through games and hopefully completing them. Or maybe you want to see Dazman react to a whole load of new content, whether it be other Minecraft content that doesn't appear on the main channel or other content in general. Then head over to the Dazman Reacts YouTube channel and make sure to subscribe to both and help both channels grow. So I'm going to approach the village now, and yeah, during the day the world feels very bright. Oh, I like that ice spike over there as well. And I do like how bright it is. It's very welcoming. It's very like vibrant. I like the color. I like the blues and the whites of the snow and the greens and the yellowy greens, the limey greens, not bad. The blue, the sky even has a hint of pink behind it. That's cool. And I did some research between sections. This pack was released in 2021. The textures do feel quite older than that, but Minecraft has advanced quite drastically since 2021, in my opinion, with what texture packs, add-ons weren't even around back then. Capabilities definitely have advanced. Let's just have a look here at what we've got for the crops. Got the blocks on here too. So we've got some cobblestone. Again, quite not blurry, but it's just, it is blurred, but it's not blurry. I can't describe it. It's just, it's not the most pristine or cleanest part. Stone as well. Stone is a different color to cobblestone. Now, I suppose an argument could be made, you know, you're chipping away at stone, it gets rougher, it gets dirtier. That's how you get cobble, but I would have liked a bit more consistency there. Coming in here, got the iron golem down here. Good torches, I like the torches too. The iron golem. Oh, I like that kind of massive, like, jaw and chin that he's got there. Very Mr. Incredible style. I like the color too. Not bad. I like that model. That model's quite nice. I'm guessing there's no variance there. Get that zombie. Thank you. We don't need spoilers. And then we've got villagers over here. So let's spawn a few of these guys in. We're looking for diversity. Oh, hello. Oh, yeah. Well, we definitely got diversity. That's cool. Oh, he's a cheeky chappy right there. I love your mustache and like goatee, mate. Your facial hair is awesome. Okay, I'm going to go on record here. These might be, oh, well, you might not be, but the majority of these might be some of the best villagers I think I've seen. Maybe not. That might be a little bit hyperbolic, but they're very nice. I like the variations in the different designs. I like the 3D models. I like they all kind of seem to have a character. The more you stare at them, the rougher they look. But I do like, there's definite effort in here. I'm very impressed with them. Yeah, maybe not the best villagers I've ever seen. I couldn't tell you what the best villagers I've ever seen are, but they're definitely good. Definitely some good effort in there. I like them. This hasn't been a rough section at all, to be honest with you. Obviously, a few issues with the textures. Cobble and stone for me, really. What is that block while we're here? What are you? gravel. Okay, I thought you was a dirt that was off color. But overall, I do like this. So I've set it to nighttime now for us to have a look at the hostile mobs. And the nighttime doesn't feel too dark at all. Again, because the world is so brightly vibrant. I don't know if that's a phrase, but because it's so vibrant and it's so brightly colored, it doesn't feel too dark here. Got quite a basic moon. But yeah, the overall feel of the night's not too bad to look at. We're going to drink our night vision potion anyway. Now, remember, guys, to all my arachnophobias, or arachnophobics out there, sorry, I need to remember how to say that phrase. To all my arachnophobics out there, there are going to be spiders in this section. I'm not sure how realistic they're going to look with 3D elements, so just bear that in mind. Let's start with a creeper, and oh, this creeper's full of boils. He looks like he's ready to explode. He genuinely looks like he's ready to explode. It's a shame you can't get them pulsing. That might be a little bit too much, but they're the kind of puffed out cheeks, like he's got food in there like a hamster. The boils on him. Oh, okay. The effects are awesome. The texture, not the best in all seriousness, but the creativity, making it their own, very nice. Very nice. That's definitely a two-sided tale right there. Same here for the zombie. Very rough in the texturing. Very dirty, very pixeled. The 3D elements, it's a lot going on in a small space, but there's a lot going on. I mean, the crooked mouth, the eyebrows, the nose, the exposed brain. It's not just a square, it's a 3D block. Like, if somebody made this out of armor stands, you'd be like, hey, that's a cool zombie. And now it's animated and moving. I think it deserves a mention of being good. Definitely not for everyone, but no texture pack is. I feel like I say that quite a lot. We've got skeletons here as well, keeping that same-ish color of the skeleton horse. I like the discoloring at the back there too. Again, I just like how it's taken a blocky game like Minecraft and has tried to remove as much of the block as possible. Is there a spider around here that will finish the set? All right, there's a spider there. Immediately, I'm seeing those legs looking nasty. Yeah, arachnophobics, be careful on this one. There's something about the way that model looks at the moment. Let's get him walking, shall we? Just the way those legs... Oh, yeah, that's made me feel uneasy already. Straight away, I felt my spine go on that. It's the way the legs are bent over. And then, oh, look at that. He's got the piercing on, the pincers. Yeah, oh my. That is a very nice spider in the worst ways possible. I like these. I do. They're rough in areas. Variation would go amazing in here, by the way. But the creativity that we're seeing, awesome. I will say that until the cows come home. The creativity is great. Let's head out to the ocean now, and let's see what an ocean monument looks like. All right, so we're above an ocean monument now. It's still nighttime. I've still got the night vision potion on. Immediately, though, the blue looks really nice with the hints of green. Let's get underwater. Visibility immediately becomes more difficult to see. Now, they've gone for that standard Y texture, which you see in a lot of custom prismarine bricks. You get that Y on the face, but they've added the blue and green kind of gradient or discoloring. I like it. It's nice. Actually looks quite clean as well compared to what we've seen elsewhere. The prismarine itself, kind of like a cobbled street. Okay, it kind of works. Not bad. If we go up here, we've got... Oh, I like that sea lantern. I do like that sea lantern right there. I do that a lot, don't I? Where I say, oh, I like that. I do... Anyways, whatever. Just picking a fault with my own cadence. But I do like that sea lantern. I think it's really nice. Let's pop this open. It's only whenever I'm watching my own videos back that I'm like, Daz, you have some weird cadences when you speak. You know that? Oh, okay. Got a bit of a reddy brown, almost like a jungle log. Hello. Jungle mixed with acacia right here. Not much in terms of 3D elements. I like the color scheme though. And then obviously you've got the spikes spincering out. Big eye, quite nice. Hey, I think it's good quality there. After what we've seen in some of the rougher textures, I think the quality is quite nice. Do we have a smaller guy? No, we got a drowned though. Hello. Let's pop this open so we can see. So this drowned, he's got a trident in hand. He's got a lot going on here. He's got those Aquaman fish ears. He's got the stuff growing on him, the scales. I like that. Again, creatively, that is really nice with the things growing on him. Looking like he's from Pirates of the Caribbean with the stuff scaling over him, the weird ears. There's enough change there for him not to immediately feel like a cousin of a zombie. Definitely feels underwater. Yeah, I'm a fan of that. And then we've got the smaller Guardian here as well with the green. I think I prefer this color scheme to the big guy. But this looks a bit rougher. They've tried to cram a lot in there to a smaller face. Same for the fish, a bit pixely there too. But again, a lot more here that I like than what I did earlier. So it's definitely turning more positive. It's feeling strong for me. Remember to let me know what you guys think about this texture pack. I enjoy reading your reviews and your opinions always matter more than mine. Okay, so take this opportunity to look at the pack. If you don't own it, let me know what you guys are thinking without having to buy it first. Let's head underground. Let's go and see a trial chamber. So we're in the trial chamber now, and hey, everything looks like it's updated. We've got the copper bulbs updated, the different copper blocks updated. Tough looks like it's updated as well. I would say, and maybe I'm wrong here, but from looking at it, you can definitely, in my opinion at least, tell when the newer blocks have been added because they're slightly different. They're either slightly cleaner or they're slightly off theme a little bit. Like tough, if you put tough up against the cobblestone, in fact, can I do that really quickly without it taking up too much time? I know this is a bit extra to what I normally do, but I just want to put them side by side. So tough and cobblestone, that looks like that's come from two different textures. And I would argue it's because cobblestone was done as part of the base texture when it was first released, whereas tough has been an update to the texture pack. Maybe it's a different designer, maybe it's a different artist, maybe it's just a different creative vision, but it feels a little bit too separate in my opinion. And sometimes you have to bear that in mind when you're looking at updated texture packs. But for what we've got, I like it. All right. If we ignore the fact that there are some inconsistencies, at least in my eyes, I mean, look, red concrete doesn't look like it deserves to be here at all. They haven't thought of the concrete design in a trial chamber. Fair enough, you know, they've made their decision there. But I like each block face independently. And I like the glass here for the white stained glass, the black stained glass. I can already see an issue we're going to see in the armory, but I think it looks quite nice. Just the copper texture's a bit rough again. There's definite roughness to the texture. I'm just feeling more positive than I am negative about it. And then if we look at the breeze, awesome. Awesome. From the head with the weird thing on the top and the little jewel to the eyebrows. Just again, that creativity. The mobs is where this pack really excels. And it's one of those things that makes me just, Mojang, can we get some form of slider for textures where we can have full texture pack, block textures only, mob textures only? Because imagine having a different texture pack for the blocks and then having these 3D mobs. I think having that kind of customization would be awesome. I don't even know if it's even possible, but I think that would be so awesome to have and so user-friendly as well. But that's the trial chamber. Let's head over to the armory now and let's see what everything looks like. All right, so we are at the armory and we get to see how the whole world works. And there seems to be quite a big split here. You get the softer, lighter tones of stone, and then you come into a really drastically darker deep slate. That is deep slate. I always get deep slate and blackstone mixed up. Yeah, it is. And it feels like it's definitely moving into some ominous location right here. I should really write sub somewhere here in it as like a subliminal message. Anyways, why am I talking to myself here? I don't know. Let's get down here. We've got that yellowy green grass. We've got the cherry blossom trees. I like the different colors of the leaves. From the pink, which you obviously get with the cherry blossom, to the kind of autumnal oak. Then you've got the spruce tree, the birch with even more autumn tones. kind of keeping that vanilla birch black and white, but then making it their own. Very creative. I like that. Jungle looks very rough in terms of a tone. What we got going on here? Acacia. Now, dark oak. Not dark oak, sorry, pale oak. Now, the tree looks very similar to vanilla, but I think it has been updated. And the one thing that's making me say it has is they've updated the creaking, and I really like that. I like those leaves just on him. The 3D elements to the mobs are awesome. This pack is made by the mobs. Genuinely is. More trees here. And then a mangrove tree there as well. The different tones and colors on the mangrove. Then we got the doors. Very nice. They do the job. They're clean. I mean, they're rough textures, but they're not terrible. They're clean in the sense that they're functional, I think. Yeah, that definitely functioned. Carry on over here. We've got the beds. All right, so the carpets are very rough. The trapdoors as well are very rough. It seems like they've tried to condense a lot into a single block face, and it's hard. Same, the walls are disgusting. They're nasty. I don't like those at all. The beds, they intercollect there, do they? Or is that a 3D element to it there? Let me place one down over here. No, it's a 3D element to it. Okay, not bad. Like that. Good color as well, but definitely cramming too much into that one singular square block face, which is a shame. As we get to the stony walls, they're a bit better because the detail is a bit less, but then we get the brick walls and they're terrible again. That is a crazy ancient debris there as well. And in the glass, so my usual problem with these glass faces is what if I want that color in that design, you just can't get it. But, I mean, they fit the kind of medieval theme quite well. And then you've got the blocks themselves. So I think we're going to see a lot here where some of the blocks just don't look like they belong. It's a very busy block face. The stone, though, again, very clean. Very busy block face, man. It's very difficult to see what's going on. Slime does not look nice. Be interested to see what the slime guy looks like. Got the wandering trader here too. I like that though. Again, the mobs. I don't like the llamas. Just very difficult to look at. But the villagers and the wandering traders looking good. The camel. Good 3D elements to it. Got that hairy neck and the hump on his back. Again, sniffer as well. I like that bushiness of the sniffer. Very cool. And then we got the slime. All right, the slime's not too bad. I like that bit like a slimy brain inside and then the slime outer. Okay, not bad. Wall. Very rough again. It's basically the carpet. Very rough. Oh, coral is disgusting. I'm not going to sit here and glaze this pack just because it sits well in my brain. They are not nice to look at. And then more blocks here again. Very busy. Very busy. Some of these textures are very hard to look at. Some of them are very clean. Some of them can be quite polished. But overall, it's not a nice block face for me. Let me know. Builders, get in the comments. Let me know what you guys are thinking, please. Could you build from this? Could you texture from this? How would you texture using tough on here? And how do you get from that to that? I just don't get it. I don't get it at all. And looking over here at the workbenches, again, there's a degree of blur, a degree of roughness. So spring to life, the mobs are updated, but it doesn't look like that's been updated. Okay. Just the textures are very hard to look at. This pack is made or broken on its mobs. Let's see. Now, they mentioned the armors quite a lot, didn't they, in the description? So, leather armor, 3D elements. We've got the belt, the shoes. Okay. Color. Nice little color tones. We've got low weapons here. Wow, yeah, okay. So, PvP pack ready. Interesting. Throw that over there. Why not? And then if we go over here, so chainmail. No transparency in chainmail. Some people don't mind it. I do. I want my chainmail to be transparent. Like, not completely, but have transparency. Different weapons going on here, though. Different shapes, which is always good. And we've got iron. All right, now we're starting to get into busier medieval armors. Yeah. Going away from that solid, blocky look. I'm a fan of that. Fan of that. Weapons are fine. Nothing too much going on. just about enough change to not make it copy and paste. Hop into here for gold. Again, yeah, it's just stuff going on, isn't it? I mean, noisy. I don't particularly like this armor, but I respect the creativity. Diamond. Okay, a very dark blue here. They've gone for a bit more of a lighter shade with the darker tones on the weapons. Okay, again, very noisy though. And then last but not least, Netherite. Like, it's so difficult to make out the detailing on the helmet because of the texture. I'm not the biggest fan of this. I like the Elytra. The Elytra looks quite nice. I like the trident. The shield is quite basic. The mace is a little bit annoying. All of this, fair dues. And then if we put the pumpkin on, I don't know, man. This pack is definitely not a, like, it's not a home run. I like that, though. You can wear this in the end very easily. No visibility issues there at all. They know what they're doing there, just to make that as easy for guys in the end as possible. And then if we hit the creative and survival buttons, so we do have a custom GUI there. I don't like it. That looks very rough. So yeah, because we're not looking at any mobs really in this section, not really anyway, maybe a couple back there. This is a very rough section because the textures are very rough. It's not a home run. It's not a 10 out of 10 for me. I can't remember what I gave this pack in my original review, but my more experienced expertise texture pack connoisseurism says this is definitely not a 10 out of 10. The textures are very rough. Let's head to the Nether and let's see what's going on there. All right, so into the Nether we go. You see the custom title card. Very small legendary resource pack title there as well. Let's pop into here. So I've drunk some milk. We don't have the night vision on anymore. Immediately with the Nylium, it's again just a mishmash of colors. There's purples and greens. It's not too difficult to look at. I've definitely seen rougher and definitely seen worse, but it's also not the cleanest thing. It almost goes a little bit digital camo. We've got Netherrack here with the red. Okay, yeah, fair dues. Again, it feels like an older texture pack. We've got zombie. Is that a zombie piglin? It is a zombified piglin. Okay. Maybe expected a bit more zombified in my piglin there, but okay. Got the purple stuff going on like that. Maybe it's got some infection. The belt ski width. Again, the 3D elements, those geometric changes are very nice. See what the colors are looking like as we go around. So we got some red here. Pop over to here. The crimson Nylium. Okay, this is harder to look at. Less color or color mishmash, but definitely harder to look at. Right. Okay. The lava, quite bright orange. Got some magma blocks down here as well. That's fine, yeah. Very vanilla-y. That's fine. 990 mine tokens. We're definitely getting our money's worth from the mobs. I don't know if we are from the textures, though. I don't know. Let me know what you guys are thinking. I'm trying to find some other mobs going around. We don't seem to be getting zombified piglins at the moment. Aha, here we go. Hi, guys. How's it going? So we've got piglins in general. Again, yeah, we've got the flappy ears, the husks, the nose. Okay, yeah, again, just the 3D elements are awesome. But that's saving this pack for me being a top tier pack. I think the 3D elements add enough, but it's still quite very, it's definitely jarring for me. I expected it better. I remembered it better, I have to say. Let's go and find a fortress and then hopefully we'll find a ghast while we do. All right, so I found a ghast and this ghast has horns. Okay, so they've stuck horns on it going out sideways. That's not their best creative effort there. Not really. That kind of feels like a bit of a cop-out there. But, hello. Now, again, see what I'm saying by updates and things feeling a little bit out of place? How do you go from a ghast that looks like that, which kind of looks like one of those Doom heads that gets fired at you? Yes, I've been playing Doom on Dasman Plays. And then you get this in a later update with a big bushy bird like something out of Kingdoms. That would not be out of place in Kingdoms. I like that. I don't particularly like the ghast. Let's find that fortress. And so I found a fortress here, and the fortress bricks, they match quite well with the netherrack. They're slightly off-tone to stand out, but they're the same kind of family of colors, which is quite nice. We've got the blaze down here. So they've given it that fiery top, like a hairstyle, which I appreciate that. But then that face just feels kind of meh. Oh, but the magma block looks like a magma cube, so I'm going for that. 10 out of 10 right there. Very nice. And then we've got the wither skeleton. Very much just a cousin of a skeleton. Not really much to write home about there. These have been some of the poorer mobs. But then the strider looked really good. Let's get the wither out here. And so the wither is about to spawn in. Boom, there we go. Okay. Quite vanilla-esque. Not really changing the model too tough. Wow, don't fire at me, bro. Almost Terminator-y with the red eyes and the skull structure. But it feels quite vanilla-y, which I wasn't expecting, to be honest with you. Okay, let's head to the end then. And let's see what the Ender Dragon, Enderman, and Shulker look like. So into the end we go, very quick loading in. Now, see, the end stone looks similar to cobble. So again, that basic texture just starting up. This fits the theme that we had, but doesn't fit tough. And then we've got Enderman, who... So I'm writing some lore in my head here. Is a ghast just an Enderman's head that's grown over large? Because they've got the same horns. Other than that, they're very basic. I expected more than that. That's a shame. And if we pop over here to the Ender Dragon... Oh, okay. Okay, hang on. Here we go. All right, so the Ender Dragon makes the wither look completely disappointing. Look at that. That's epic. The scales, the shards, the whatever you call them on the back, the color scheme. That is a very nice Ender Dragon with the purple beam as well. Yo, they went all in for this Ender Dragon. This is nice. I'm a fan of this. Big fan of that. And then if we get... I should have somewhere. There it is. A shulker. Pop that there. Hello, mate. Bit plain. Bit basic. Bit boring. Bit meh. That's a shame. But the Ender Dragon is amazing. Let's head to the ancient city then. Let's see what the Warden looks like. And then let's give my final review. So we are in the ancient city now. Let's light this up. And okay, so they've gone for the more vanilla-y blue on the skulk, but they've completely changed the skulk design with the kind of swirlies and whirlies that you've got going on there. It's not a simple skulk starry night type feel. Got some of these here as well. What are these called again? Pointed dripstone. I was going to call them stalactites for some reason then. I know that's what they're meant to be, but okay. But I do like the way the blue and the silver of the stone and the deep slate works. This is weird. Oh, it's carpet. Okay, I was like, what the hell is that? With dark oak planks on there as well. You got the wavy animations too. Again, there's a roughness to it. It's definitely not clean or polished. I like the blue. Let's get the Warden out here. All right, so the Warden should be about to spawn. There he is. There he is. Now that right there is amazing. This blows everything out of for me. This is just crazy. Like, it doesn't matter. I don't care how nice the strider is. I don't care how basic the ghast is. This guy right here, he walks with a swagger as well. He knows he's amazing. The creativity there is immense. Wow. I remembered this being great. Look at the spine. That's crazy. So what am I going to give this texture pack out of 10? So let me first of all hold my hands up. I always had this texture pack in my head as a straight 10 out of 10 banger. It's not. It's really not, okay? Now, maybe I reviewed this early on in my texture pack review career, shall we say? And so the things that you could do with it were awesome, and I wasn't exposed to clean and polished textures, maybe? I'm not sure. But it's definitely not a 10 out of 10 banger. The mob models for me are an easy 8. An easy 8 for the mob models. The Warden could even push them up to a 9. That Warden is amazing for me. But the texture faces, the inconsistencies of the designs, honestly, I could quite categorically make an argument for a 5 for the texture. So, in my opinion, as an overall, I think I'm going to play it safe. I'm going for a 7. I can't quite give it an 8 out of 10. I can't quite give it a green scale. I'm going to give it a 7, and I can understand if somebody goes lower. I really can. I'm glad that I chose this texture pack because I think I've managed to change some misconceptions in my own mind about this pack. It's not a straight banger, but it's not bad either. I just think it shows its age, and I think if they did like a legendary remastered texture pack for a little bit cheaper because it's reusing it, I don't know, and they went for what they've gone for with the Strider, they went for what they've gone for with the Warden, you know, with the Ender Dragon, and just carried that out and smoothed out some of the textures, this texture pack would easily be a 10 out of 10. Easily, but it's so far away from that right now. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I love reading your reviews. Please do leave a like on the video as well, and also comment. Let me know what you think about this Members Tuesday series. The Throwback Thursday series will still be for subscribers to suggest, so if you do have a texture pack you want me to review, make sure you suggest it if you are subscribed. And if you're new to the channel, please do consider hitting that subscribe button, or potentially going a little bit further and becoming a channel member yourself. Thank you so much for the support. I will always be eternally grateful, and I will always be eternally thankful. Thank you for watching, everybody. Peace!